13 Investigates obtained hundreds of pages of documents from the district court that include details from over a dozen search warrants. We also got emails from Clark County that Tellis exchanged with the deputy district attorney the day before and day of Jeff German's murder.
There were signs that he might do something harmful.
Public Administrator-elect Rita Reed says many employees in the county office believed their boss was a ticking time bomb.
It's narcissistic and crazy.
Are those the words you would use to describe Robert Tellis?
Yeah.
Investigator Janelle Lee didn't stop there, also calling her former boss
sinister, calculating.
The first year he was in the office, he had episodes of what I would call pure rage. And it would be the smallest little thing that would set him off.
In May, Jeff German published his first article on the Clark County Public Administrator's Office, reporting allegations of a hostile work environment fueled by Tellis carrying on an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate, Roberta Lee Kennett. This video from the RJ's website shows the two getting out of the backseat of a car in a mall parking garage.
That personal relationship started to affect normal operating business.
At 5:45 p.m. on September 1st, the night before German was killed, Chief Deputy District Attorney Kimberly Buchanan emailed Tellis and Lee Kennett to say that in response to a public records request, emails and team messages between the two would be provided to the Review Journal after noon on Tuesday, September 6th, a day German would not live to see. When you first heard that Jeff German had been murdered, what were your first thoughts?
Oh my God, he lost his mind.
In this arrest report, Metro says Tellis, dressed as a landscaper, approached German at the reporter's home and stabbed him in the neck at approximately 11:20 a.m. on Friday, September 2nd. Just an hour and a half later, at 12:53 p.m., Tellis emailed the DA back in a business-as-usual manner, asking the county to exclude some of the documents they were going to disclose. Tellis wrote, "Frankly, Mr. German has turned even the smallest thing into an attack on me. I am fearful that he will do the same again." He says Roberta has been having heart arrhythmia episodes that are likely linked to this. "I am concerned that the release of anything else he can use might cause further severe mental anguish and potentially ill health effects for Roberta. I think we have endured enough." 5 hours later, Tellis sent a second email listing the documents he and Lee Kennett wanted the county to withhold. He wrote, "While some of the attachments seem that they may be harmless, Mr. German has showed that he's not above twisting the context of information that he receives. This has all been very difficult."
He's very duplistic from what I can see now.
Remember, according to Metro's report, Tellis sent both emails after he had allegedly stabbed German to death.
You look at someone and you wonder, how do you get so evil in your heart?
We've now learned Metro is investigating whether Tellis acted alone. Search warrant documents show police interviewed Roberta Lee Kennett on September 7th, the day Tellis was arrested. She reportedly told police she had a close personal relationship with Tellis, admitting she was emotionally distraught and contemplated suicide after the RJ article. Police served search warrants to social media giants Meta and Twitter looking for content posted in Tellis's and Lee Kennett's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts, records they believe would likely assist detectives in proving or disproving Roberta's involvement in the murder of German. Search warrant records also reveal Roberta knew another story was about to be written, reference her and Tellis, and that the two had communicated via email about the future story on September 2nd, about 4 hours before Jeff German was murdered. 13 Investigates reached out to Tellis's lawyer, who declined comment. Roberta Lee Kennett did not return our call. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.